Hi guys, welcome in. Today's gonna be a long one. I got it. So for this video, if you can't tell, I'm reading until I get a 5-star read. I have a bunch of fun books coming up this week, so maybe one of them could be a 5-star. So let's do it. I would like to read until I get a 5-star read. Also, I feel like I'm pretty stingy with my 5-star reads, so who knows when this will end. What if this takes like a month? It's gonna be kind of exhausting. But to start off, I started Magnolia Parks last night, which I have read this before. I read only the first one. It was like our second book club book ever, so it was over a year ago. I was still kind of newish at reading, especially reading books like this. I had only really read feel-good, cutesy romances. I have never read the toxic stuff before. So I'm rereading it, going into it with a new mindset. I know it's toxic and I'm ready to feel pain. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star read magically with a reread. Who knows? You never know. But we're gonna read Magnolia Parks first. I said Magnolia. We're gonna read Magnolia Parks first, and then we're either going to start the next one or, depends on what I'm feeling if I pick out next one. Unless it's a 5-star read for some reason, then the video's over. But we're starting tonight, Saturday. We have all week. I have the whole week off, so I will literally be in this bed filming, reading, editing all week. So we're gonna jump in. I've got some Trader Joe's Valentine's Day candy. Actually, it kind of makes my stomach hurt. Gummies for some reason make my tummy hurt, and I don't know why. I looks up like Tummy Hurts by Renee Rapp. I'm on chapter 7, and I'm already feeling pain. This book it's non-stop painful quotes. That's all it is. Maybe if you don't relate to the book on a certain level, then I'm sure it's just a perfectly fine, pleasant, toxic book to read. But if any part of you relates to this book, it's not fun. I just feel like I'm constantly being attacked by the author. But in a fun way, if it can be fun. So let's get into this and see if it's a 5-star read. Pause. I'm also using this as excuse isn't the right word. Oh my god, it was right down the tip of my tongue and I talked. Shocker. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna use excuse. I've only read 4 books this month, so I'm using the opportunity. I'm using this as a good opportunity to read as many books as I can before January ends, because I'm only at 4 right now, and that's kind of sad. We're gonna try to rack that up. Play. I can never keep my pencil. Popping in for a quick update. Yes, I'm still wearing my Loki sweatshirt. Get over it. But I got a package, and I'm hoping it's my new crew neck. Dang it. I mean, it's still fun. I can still show you. This will be fun. I had to order stuff an outfit for my sister's rehearsal dinner. But I also got a phone case. These cute little bow rings. And then another bow ring. A literal ring. How stinking cute. I'll have to figure out which finger to put her on. Oh, these are tights. I got little bow clips. How cute. Oh my god. I'm not really a bow girl, but I wanted to try and see if I could be a bow girl. So we'll see. I'm actually going to put these on. They're just little crew socks. That's it. Wasn't my sweatshirt. I have a fun Addicted series sweatshirt coming, so I thought that's what it was, but it's not. Reading update. I'm halfway through Magnolia Parks. Definitely like it more the second time around. I definitely am not as upset by it the whole time. I feel when I first read it, I was just super upset and didn't like the relationship. I can already tell it's not gonna be a 5-star just because I know how it ends. While I'm enjoying it more, and it's probably gonna be a 4-star, it's not gonna be 5. So while I'm finishing that, I'm listening to the audiobook of Betting on You in my spare time. While I'm in the car, I'm listening to that. So, and Lynn Painter has given me a 5-star before. Better Than the Movies was a 5-star. So we'll see. I'm excited because I already like it. I'm 3 chapters in. I already am and now I have to go shopping for boring essentials like shampoo. So I'll be back. Okay, I went to Target. Guess what I got? I got it. Oh well, I got it. And it didn't have the stupid Target sticker 20% off on it. I love this blue and I'm really enjoying the book, so I wanted it. Oh well, I did it. And it's cheaper there than it would be at Barnes. And I have no idea when the paperback's coming out, so I don't want to wait for it. But then I also got just like mini Target haul. Oh, everything's in the back, so I guess I won't be doing a mini Target haul. But I got piping bags for a video coming up, which now that I think about it, this is probably going to be uploaded after this video, so you probably have already seen it. Also wanted to show, I just got this in the mail. Trying to show it. It's a Powerless sticker. Let's go on my little Kindle. I'll put where it's from when I look it up. I don't remember. Oh. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, a little Akatar Powerless sticker. City of Starlight. How cute. That's it. I've officially finished my first book. Was it a 5-star? No, it wasn't. But I will say this is a reread. I read it in September of 2022. At the time, I gave it a 3.5, and now it was a 4. So I liked it better. It just wasn't a 5-star. But that's okay. It would have been bold to assume I would have gotten a 5-star on my first read. I think going into Magnolia Parks, like over a year ago when I first went into it, I didn't know. I went into it fully blind. So like I didn't know how toxic it was going to be. And I think it honestly threw me for a loop. It baffled me how many times like she went back to him, or he, like how many times he not cheated, but how many times he just like kept getting with another girl. And I just couldn't fathom, like if he cared that much, why wouldn't he just stop? It doesn't seem that hard. So going into it a second time, like knowing the toxicity and knowing everything that was going to happen, I could like really appreciate it more, and I could appreciate the quotes more. This book, her writing, the quotes that she has is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're so beautiful. They're heartbreaking, but they're beautiful. And I just feel like I was able to enjoy it a little more, knowing like what was to come. I was prepared for the toxicity, and it didn't punch me in the face with it. The only part, toxicity taken out, the only part that I don't understand would be how the whole entire book, the entirety of this book, she couldn't trust him, he couldn't make it up to her. I don't know, just like it was just this constant back and forth because she couldn't trust him anymore. And then they do their meetup at her home, and then it's like they kiss and she's like ready for a relationship. I couldn't get behind that one. I was like, so why all of a sudden are you okay with it? I don't know, it just felt like it flipped out of nowhere that she was okay with it. And then of course the end happened, and that was heartbreaking, and I was like even the second time I was like, I will say I'm very excited for the second one. I know people like Daisy Hates. I'm not like super excited to get into Daisy Hates just because obviously I don't know her character and I want to know what happens with them, but I know people love Daisy Hates, like those books, so I'm excited to get into it. That being said, this was not a 5-star, and I knew that more than halfway through that it wasn't going to be a 5-star, so I also started listening to the audiobook of Betting on You, and I'm pretty far. Oh, this is on backwards and upside down. I'm on page 313 so far, and I can tell it's not going to be a 5-star. So the video's not over yet. We are gonna have to read another book. This so far has been I think my least favorite Lynn Painter book, because I read Better Than the Movies, which was a 5-star. Loved Better Than the Movies. And then The Do-Over I just read, which I really liked. It wasn't like my favorite book of all time, like it wasn't a 5-star, but this one definitely is the least that I felt like connected to, or the least cutesy high school-y romance type of love. Like I'm almost done. I have maybe like 100 pages left, and I feel like I could finish that tonight, and then we'll see what I pick next. I don't know if it'll be the second Magnolia or just completely different random book, but we'll find out when I'm in the mood. We'll see. So I will check back in later. I have to go to our volleyball game now, so I'll check back in tonight when I'm finishing this book, because I'm going to listen to the audiobook on the way to and fro. And then I'll finish this tonight. Okay, so I have an update. I finished my second book. I finished this last night when I got home very late, so I didn't show you anything. I went into this with super high hopes because I love Lynn Painter, and the last 2 books I've read of hers, the only 2 books, were Better Than the Movies, which I gave a 5-star at the time. Loved it. Like, absolutely obsessed with it. I was giggling the whole time. And then I read The Do-Over, and I gave it, like a 3.75 or something. I don't know, but I really liked it. Like, I really loved the characters. I connected with them. I liked the little high school love aspect. That being said, I gave Betting on You a 2.5, which I'm super disappointed to say. I just didn't connect with these characters, like, at all. The plot of this book is our main girl, Bailey, runs into Charlie at the airport. She, like, her parents just divorced, and she's doing the whole, like, traveling to see the dad on a plane. She's flying alone. It's her first time. Like, she's not in a great headspace because she's upset about the divorce and everything. And then she runs into Charlie, who's, like, macking on this girl in line, and he's just, like, a total D-bag. They end up sitting next to each other on the plane, and, like, the whole time she can't stand him. Like, he's just this arrogant, like, a-hole who's, like, girls and guys can't be friends. They always end up having feelings for each other, blah, blah, blah. So, fast forward to, like, a year or so later, she runs into him again at, like, the movies, and turns out he lives in her town, but she's with her boyfriend. Fast forward again, he's at her job, training for this new job, and they're both single now, so they kind of, like, hit it off as friends, but he refuses to call her a friend. He says that they're co-workers only, and, like, at first it's fine, it's kind of flirty, and, like, he's, like, the mean flirty, and, like, it's totally fine. I'm all into it. Like, I know where this is going. They're gonna have feelings for each other, but it was really heavy on, like, the mother-daughter relationship also. Like, it wasn't solely focused on them. It was really into her mom's relationship, because her mom just started seeing this guy. So the whole point was she and Charlie were trying to break her mom and this guy up. There were a lot of scenes without Charlie, like, even in them, and I wanted more Charlie. But then when we got more Charlie, it just, like, I don't know, he kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It wasn't so much as, like, cute flirty anymore, and he was kind of just, like, very standoffish. They did the whole, like, fake dating thing, which was fine, I kind of liked, but then he would throw in a comment where I'm like, whole idea is that he has feelings for her, but he doesn't want to admit them to himself because he doesn't want to lose her as a friend. In his head, everyone leaves him. Like, no relationship will ever work out because his parents are also divorced. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that whole thing. It's like, he doesn't want to date her because he doesn't want to lose her. He, like, treats her kind of shitty. Even as a friend, he's, like, kind of rude to her. I don't know. It was just, it really rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it was just straight up rude. Of course, like, it ends up happy, like, they end up getting together, obviously, like, it's a YA rom-com, of course they're gonna get back together, and I just couldn't forgive him. I'm picturing myself in high school, and if that had happened to me in high school, like, of course I would have been like, of course he loves me, like, of course he's sorry, but, like, me right now, like, at my big age, I was like, he is not treating me that way. He's not gonna ghost me for a week, and then when we see each other for the first time, act like nothing happened, and then be like, I'm sorry I acted that way, I just had feelings for you. Like, no. And this is the first time Lynn Painter's ever, like, rubbed me the wrong way. Like, all of her other books I really liked and I really enjoyed, but this just did not do it for me, and I'm kind of upset because I was looking forward to it. But again, not a 5-star, nowhere close to a 5-star, so I have to pick my next 5-star read, and I'm not sure what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I have a feeling, like, don't tell Logan, but I have a feeling our next book club book is gonna be Love Redesigned, which was on my radar to read soon. So, and I have a feeling like that could be a 5-star read. So it's either I could do Love Redesigned, or I could do Daisy Hates, or I don't know, there's so many I could read. Like, I could read Ruthless Vows, I could read the next Addicted series, which is Thrive. I don't know, but I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna check back in when I've decided what I'm gonna read, because I straight up don't know it yet. So I'll be back. Okay, starting my third book on the way to Charlotte. I'm gonna have to do a lot of audiobooks just because I'm driving a lot. Oh, sorry, my hand was right here. But I'm picking books that I own already. I'm picking books that are technically on my physical TBR, so it's okay. But I picked Wildfire from Hannah Grace, as if she sent it to me, by Hannah Grace. I really liked Icebreaker, so I have high hopes. Okay, it's loud. So I have high hopes for this one. I will update you, like, on my thoughts the more I get into it. I'm only on chapter 2 right now, so we'll see. So I haven't been able to, like, show me reading it because it's an audiobook. So it's only been a day and I'm liking it. I feel like I liked Icebreaker a little more. And at the time, like, right when I read Icebreaker, I think I gave it a 4.5. Like, I really liked Icebreaker. Like, looking back, I think I changed it to a 4. I don't even know why. I'm not, like, very far into it, though, so I can't say much. I like his personality and how he's, like, kind of shy. We just, like, don't need to be reminded of it every single time he's in his head. He's thinking, he's like, have confidence. You got this. Okay, like, we get it. He's a little shy boy. But I love shy boys. I can feel in my bones that this isn't going to be a 5-star. It's only the beginning, though. Like, I'm literally on, like, chapter 8. Actually, there's a good chance I'm on, like, chapter 16. Now that I think about it, I feel like I can see the letter 16 on my phone. I'm going to try and finish that today because I drive all the way to Columbia today and then all the way back to Charlotte again tonight. So I have 4 hours in the car today, and then I'll figure out my next book. I have no idea what it's going to be. Unless for some reason this book takes like a 180 and it ends up being a 5-star. I don't know. I do not know. But I digress. I'll update you on my thoughts later. Okay, like right, oh God, it's moving. It is what it is, deal with it. Right after I say like, okay, if it helps, I can't see either, so you're not the only ones looking at something ridiculous. I like how only my forehead is in the light. I like how right after I say that it could be a 5-star, like if it turned around, blah, 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 like it's not that bad. Immediately I'm like, no, the next chapter, no, it's not going to be. She just, I don't know what it is, and I don't know, maybe if it's like listening to the audiobook that's throwing me off. They're obviously reading it in a particular way, and I feel like I would be reading it in my head differently, like their dialogue. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the main guy has to leave to go home for like a family emergency for like a day. He's gone for like 24 hours. And when he comes back, the girl's like all upset with him and is like, why didn't you tell me? I don't know. She's just very, I liked her at first, but I don't really love her. Like, girl, y'all aren't together at all. They're just friends. And she was like, I just thought I meant something more to you. Why didn't you tell me I could have been there for you? Girl, it's none of your business, maybe. This is so chaotic. Why does he have to tell you? He doesn't have to tell you shit. Hello? And if I was him, I'd be like, it's actually none of your business, but thank you for caring. I'm gonna keep going though, obviously. I'm not gonna like, it's not bad. Like, I'm not gonna DNF it. She's just not my favorite. She's kind of annoying, in my humble opinion. I'm also kind of annoying, so I know these things. My God, I need a minute. So I knew I wanted my next pick to be the sequel, if only I had told her. And it's been so long since I read the first one. If he had been with me, I read this last year, like pretty early in the year, and it was a book club book. Sorry, I'm still recovering. So I went in and like read all of my notes, and then I just reread the last 50 pages. It really did me in again. And I have a good feeling about this one. I loved the first book. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was either 4 or 4.5. I think I originally gave it a 4, but then looking back, I changed it to a 4.5 just because the story stayed with me for so long. It has still stayed with me, and it's been over a year. So I think it definitely deserves at least a 4.5. The only reason it wasn't a 5-star, the original one, was because there was so much of Jamie, like her other boyfriend, in it. And I only wanted her and Finney. Like, that's literally all I wanted to read about was Finney. And Jamie was in 90% of the book. So, Jamie's out of the picture already. This picks up post Jamie. I'm so excited. And I haven't heard a single review of this book. I haven't even seen a single person rate it. I have no idea what to expect. I also, like, have no idea what she writes about. Like, is he... You know what? I'm cutting that out. Anyways, I don't know what she's gonna write. I have zero idea of the route of the story that she's taking. We shall see. I'm starting it tonight. Also, this is bigger than the first one. Nope, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna spoil something for myself. I do it every time. But I'm at my sister's, that's why it looks a little different here. Doing a quick check-in. Just don't look at me. So there's 3 parts of this book that I didn't know. Frank! I assumed the book was all Finney's POV. It's not. Also, I'm not gonna like give any spoilers away for this book, but to discuss this book, I feel like I need to give a spoiler for like the first book. So just double click a couple times. This starts either the day before or 2 days before the accident. So she makes 2 days happen over 150 pages, which like it was super shocking to me. It's like every single chapter, I was like, it literally has to happen this chapter. And we were still hours away from the accident. So like she literally wrote every single hour up until the accident for like 2 days straight. The rest is not Finn's point of view. So like I have absolutely no idea where it's gonna go or like how much later after the accident it's gonna go. But I mean, it's not that I'm like I'm enjoying it. I was fully enjoying it because I like Finney's POV. So it'll be interesting to see if I enjoy the other POVs. I also expected to be more upset. Like, I expected it to be a little more detailed than it was, which the wreck itself, she wrote in under 10 lines. She went into detail about what they were talking about in the car, and then all of a sudden, car was spinning, we hit something, where's Sylvie? I gotta go get her, and then it was over. And I was like, oh, it just wasn't like emotional at all. And I was expecting it to be like super emotional, because I wanted to cry. I like to cry for books. It like makes me feel more connected. It just felt super detached, if that makes sense. Like, I could have read that in public, and it like would have been fine. I don't think I literally didn't cry the entire time. I thought I was going to. I like felt it coming, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, well, that was it. I guess I'll just keep reading, and then it jumps to someone else. So it's definitely not going to be a 5-star read. I can already tell, just because it doesn't feel like as heartbreaking as the first one, but who knows? I mean, I still have like 200 pages or something left, so if she does a really good job, the other people's POV, then maybe, but I don't see it happening, considering I was looking forward to a whole book from Finney's perspective. But it's okay. At least it's a quick read, you know, it's huge print, can't complain. And then I think I have my next book picked out. I've been waiting to read this one, so I'm very excited, and I think it's gonna be our 5-star read. I have really high hopes, super high hopes, so I'll check in if it picks up a lot or at the end. So I stand immediately corrected. The chapter immediately after really got me, but I'm gonna carry on. What was the last book? Oh, I have to go get it. Hold on. Pause. Okay, we got close, guys. We got very close. Obviously, I was reading If Only I Had Told Her. If you haven't read the first one, just kind of skip ahead. Bye. Obviously, if you're here, you've read the first one and you know he dies. This book, I was told, was Finney's perspective. Great. She's a big book. I was like, okay, so clearly we had to have gone back at least like 6 months in time to get a full book of Finney's perspective. No. This is like the day before he dies. So somehow this is all the 24 hours. I don't know how she did it, but like I was never bored. I was really enjoying his perspective, like fully. Obviously it's like slightly redundant because you're reading some of the same stuff you already read. I reread the end of the first one right before because it's been a while. So like I literally was reading the same story twice. It flew by, literally flew by. It was 150 pages of his perspective. Obviously I was really scared about the car wreck scene. I don't like reading about them. It's a little traumatic. I wasn't looking forward to reading like a super detailed car wreck scene, Sylvie flying out the windshield, but luckily it wasn't super detailed, so no trigger warning on that because it was over very quickly, thank God. Then all of a sudden it switches to Jack's point of view, and Luna chewing on my freaking wire, which I was not looking forward to, like, at all. I didn't even like Jack that much. Jack, the entire book, like, wasn't an Autumn fan. I just wasn't looking forward to it. And I hadn't cried yet the entire time. The entire Finney POV never cried once. And so I was like, okay, so I guess this book's just not gonna be that sad. Wrong-o. Jack's perspective broke me in half. I'm not gonna lie. It made me like Jack a lot more. I had never read... Okay. God dang, I can't freaking see. I had never read any... That was really rude. That scared the shit out of me. Sorry, I'm on edge because there was a spider in my car yesterday. And that's a whole nother story. So I thought that was a bug. Anyways, where was I? Okay, I need a minute. God, that literally made me itchy. Stop! Fuck. Luna's gonna get her ass beat if she doesn't stop chewing on my freaking wires. That was a lot. Sorry. Okay, back to the story. I had never read a perspective of teenager grieving another teenager's death. Very difficult to get through. Like, obviously, I've read, like, someone grieving. I can't even think about it. It's usually, like, when I read about someone grieving a death, it's, like, the loved one, and they're usually adults. I don't think I've read, basically, children grieving another child's death. And it was really hard. Like... It was really difficult, and it was like a perfect time, I think, timeline wise, for her to write this. He obviously died the summer before college, so Jack had to go to college, which is already super difficult as an adult, as a new adult, like anyways, that's already super hard. He had to go and not live with Finney and grieve his death. Oh my god. And like get a new roommate. It was just, seeing the whole like process was really not fun to read, but I enjoyed it fully. Watching him go through the process of grieving Finney in college and like kind of be depressed, like, you know, all that was really enjoyable is like the wrong word, but I really enjoyed the read, and I cried a lot during Jack's perspective. I did not cry, however, it does switch to Autumn's POV, and I didn't cry in hers until like the last chapter. But obviously the last book leaves off, she's pregnant. Her entire POV chapters is about her pregnancy, and as someone who doesn't necessarily you know, I didn't fully enjoy reading every adult trying to tell her that, like, it's gonna change her life, you know. It's, like, all the same, like, mom things. The child's a blessing. It's normal to not love it yet. You're young. Your life will change. You'll get it when the child's here. It's just, like, that's not my vibe. I enjoyed part 1 and 2 a lot. It's not that I didn't enjoy part 3. I just didn't care, and I don't really want to read about a pregnancy, because that's just not my style. Anyways, that being said, the end did make me emotional. Her going through, I guess, the thought process, like, without Finney there. I don't know how she's doing it, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't give it a 5-star though, so the video's not done, but we got close. I even found myself last night, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to read more about Finney. I don't have any more to read about Finney. Thought that I just, like, had more chapters to read, and I don't. The book is done. I am done with Finney's story, which is exactly how I felt in the first one. But I don't get that choice now, so my next book, which is being read for book club, but I was looking forward to reading it in this video too, is Powerless. I'm so excited to read this book, okay? I've already started it. I'm like 100 pages in because I started it at work. Obviously couldn't film then, but I'm literally gobbling it up. I couldn't be gobbling it any quicker at all if I tried. The banter right now between Kai and Peyton, please. The sexual tension, please. She held I almost had a gun. There are no guns. She held a knife to his throat and he pressed into it. Please. He braided her hair. Please. I'm just like itching. I'm gonna sit here and read it for as long as I can. Oh, I'm gonna eat first. I'm very hungry. But I cannot wait. I have such good feelings that this is gonna be the 5-star to end this video. And if it's not, I'm gonna be so pissed because this video isn't gonna be done. I'm not gonna rate it 5 just because. It needs to be a true 5. But right now, in the first 100 pages, it is. And there's tabs because I haven't already read it. These are all of Haley, Adair, and Logan's tabs because we're reading this for book club and they've all read it first. So I'm fully enjoying myself. This is what it's like to read a book you love. I don't want it to be over, but I want to finish it, obviously. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna read as much as I can and hope it's a 5-star. So let's get into it. I just got really tired, and I don't know why. It's noon. Also, I was filling up my water earlier, like this morning, hours ago, and I dropped an ice cube. And I said, you know what? Not my circus, not my monkeys. Even though, like, it fully is. And it was a dick move. But I was just in a hurry and didn't feel like taking the half second to pick it up. I now, 3 hours later, have stepped in it thrice. So that was karma for me. My socks are wet. This one in particular. But getting into the book. I literally can't tell if I like Kit or Kai better. I freaking love Kit. He's so cutie. And Kit happens to be one of my favorite names, so he has an advantage in that. Dude, Kai's so hot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? It's happened. 5 stars. I had a feeling it was gonna do it, and it did. I just cannot... I've read, obviously, like, Fourth Wing, and I can't think of any others. I've read, like, banter before. I eat up when there's, like, rivalry, I hate you banter type of deal. And this one's, like, different because Kai was so flirty right off the bat. Like, you never questioned if he, like, wanted her. He was just, and, like, the things he would say. The quotes in this book, dude, Lauren Roberts knows how to write a good romance quote. I cannot believe some of the things he said in this book. For someone who is supposed to be, like, this crazy killer, scary dude, had my pants on the ground for the entire book. I'm not going to give anything away, obviously, but I'm very excited for the second book. I just can't believe the things that he said in this book. It was insane. I will say the slowest slow burn I've ever read. I will put that out there. She's slow burned for 500 pages. I feel like she set up the second book really well. Like, I'm really excited for the second book. I'm trying to think if she had done it differently, the second book wouldn't have been, like, as exciting. So, like, I understand the things she did and the decisions she made, and I am, like, trying not to let my frustration at the end of the book sway my rating, because obviously it had to be done. Like, it's a trilogy. Like, we knew it wasn't going to be all butterflies and rainbows at the end, but the book itself, just insane. I never wanted to put it down. Like, I was never bored. 500 pages, never bored. When I did put it down, when I did, like, go do stuff, I was just wanting to come back and read it. And that is quite literally all I can ask for in a book, is to just never want to stop reading it. So, she deserves it. She deserves her full 5 stars. She deserves the conclusion to this video. This video is dedicated to her. Can't wait to read the second one. It's been a long time coming. I don't even remember how many books is in this video, or in this video. I think like 4, maybe. But I'm so glad we came to the end. I'm so glad you made it all the way. I had such low hopes. I was really getting scared for a little bit that I wasn't going to find a 5-star for a while, but we did it. We powered through. We made it. Powerless by Lauren Roberts lives up to the hype, in my opinion. Go read it. Now I'm sleepy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, I guess. I appreciate y'all for watching me read books over and over again, and I'll see you in the next one.